you remember last week, the Oak Star Bank in Osage Beach in the wee hours of, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, it was January 29th at 2:39 or 2:32 a.m.
Yeah, morning, midnight, overnight.
Right, like when you'd think the world is sleeping, officers responded to Oak Star Bank ATM in Osage Beach as an alarm had sounded, and what they arrived to was quite shocking.
Yeah. So you got, a truck that had rammed the ATM, trying to break it open, to steal money and everything. Investigators, they go back, they start going, there's so many cameras on those things now, especially at the banks. They identify the getaway vehicle that was bearing a Minnesota license plate through this license plate reader system that has become the big issue in Camden County, right? So in this instance, these LPRs show up as a good thing in helping to identify criminals in this case.
Right. Well, so when they got there, I wanted to go back to that pickup truck that had a chain tied to it around the ATM. That pickup truck was unoccupied, and that truck had been stolen locally, and so they fled with an undisclosed amount of money because they had bashed in the face and somehow gotten into that ATM. I would imagine those are not easy to get into. They forced it open, and the Ford truck, like I said, was stolen locally. But then that same day, 3 p.m., there's an update that 4 persons of interest were in custody in Oklahoma. And as you said, it was the Flock LPR that helped find them in Oklahoma during Oklahoma traffic stop, which they initially fled. And then all 4 subjects were apprehended. Now, they found $47,315 cash in their vehicle. $11,440 of that had been allegedly taken from the Oak Star ATM in Osage Beach. All 4 were being held on theft over $750, a lot over $750, stealing a motor vehicle, and they're being held at Byron County Jail in Oklahoma with no bond. All 4 from Texas, 2 from Houston, 24 years of age, and then 2 from Missouri County, Texas, both in their mid-20s as well.
Yeah, so it seems like, with all that cash on them, maybe they'd hit several ATMs, not just the Oak Star here at Lake of the Ozarks. They had a plan to do it. They'd steal a truck and rip open an ATM, grab the money, and flee. In this case, they got caught, with the license plate readers, which tracked their getaway vehicle from here to where they were in Oklahoma, which is what allowed them to catch up with them.
Triggers. Once one hits and they say it's they're tracking that particular one, then any other LPR video surveillance that it crosses, it triggers. So that way the location, the direction, things of that nature. But they did find out the vehicle was rented and was set to be back on the 29th of January back in Missouri County, Texas. So that's Missouri City, Texas, which is interesting. But they failed on that attempt ultimately because they had the cash. They got away for a little bit, but it wasn't for long.